Yeah, comrades, this is a very beautiful evening. The date today is Monday, the 13th of January, 2025. 25 being a season of prosperity. I think we can already see South Africa, we're witnessing heavy rains. And if you are interested in something called farming, you will find out that heavy rains actually works. Heavy rains, they are good for the country.
Definitely, my boy.
Sure. So, Bafethu, I think I don't want to be behind the camera and behind this equipment and at this time of the night to waste people's time. And I think whatever I have to say today has to be structured. And hence, there's a proposed agenda that anyone here can add an item or propose to redact an item. The main structure of the engagement is a strategic engagement session, moving the youth, the economy and society forward. And this is very integral at this point because we as the youth face a time where we are the most in the continent and the most unemployed. So I don't think those are two good key indicators of performance that should paint a nice picture going forward. And conversations like this and others that I've been engaging in, sitting at home watching on TV behind the screens, to the pioneers who started recording meaningful conversations with meaningful people, we learn a lot that we are all interested in advancing Africa, and we should all prioritize it regardless of color. My name is Langa Gouws, so I am a black and white guy. Racism, I was taught at home that I could never be racist, even though I gel with everyone. Maybe they're racist, but I could never be, and I can never be, because I believe that anyone in this continent, should be striving to making sure that this continent prospers for all who are in it. I think the mindset that we have of abundance being only for limited is one that is detrimental to society and the future of human beings. I believe wealth can be attained without compromising the standard of living of the average Joe. I was actually having this conversation earlier on today to say, poverty should be regulated and standardized because, you can still be rich and get someone to clean for you, but that person doesn't have to be worrying about what they're going to eat that night, where they're going to sleep. Imagine there's a baby somewhere that doesn't even have a plan for vandaag, and they can't make a plan. In society there's leaders, Wax, and leaders are there to think for a larger group of people than themselves. And the moment we can figure out how to balance that, whereby we look at Alexandra as leaders, we look at Tembisa as leaders, we look at Khayelitsha as leaders, we look at Umlazi, Kwamashu as leaders, Soweto as leaders, you look at Pretoria, Soshanguve, those areas. You even go to Limpopo, rural township, all those areas. And you look at it as leaders and say, okay, sure, how do we maximize profit without death on the people? How do you ensure that an ecosystem that you build is one that can cause prosperity for yourself, because that's your primary goal as a capitalist, which I am not against. However, without poverty being the main customer, I think if we get there, where we look at corporate social investment as an investment, it should bring ROI, but it should be also what comes before the investment? Social. And where is it coming from? Corporate. So it should prioritize its basis the center of its structure should be around the people, social, and then it's an investment. So yeah, that's the engagement I think that's going to be. And then the agenda, you know, we're welcoming everyone. Gents, thank you, the two of you. Yeah, no, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time and your effort. Hopefully we're gonna have a wonderful session, and this is gonna pivot the way a lot of people think, including ourselves. You know, I think we can always improve as individuals. Yeah, so welcome, comrades. Yeah. I want us to talk a bit about Forbes realized, or Forbes acknowledged billionaires in South Africa. I think 6 of them. When I say Forbes acknowledged, doesn't mean those are the only billionaires in South Africa. I'm being very specific that Forbes calls them billionaires. So these 6, we're going to look at their increase in wealth in the past 12 months, 2024. And maybe if we look at business side, the year hasn't really ended because it's going to close probably in end of Feb. Yeah, it's about 6 of them. Tate Mtsepe is there, Uncle Rupert is there, you know, those guys are there. So we're going to touch on that a bit. And then we're also going to talk more and go a bit into detail around youth, entrepreneurship, and leadership. Those are 3 points I would like to marry, you know, and hopefully it sparks a light in a young man or an old man or a young woman or an old woman somewhere out there to cause change. And the key points of discussion will be around education and skills development. It will be around innovation and entrepreneurship. It will be around economic empowerment and job creation. And it will be around social impact and community development. Another point number 4 on the agenda is spiritual alignment. You know, what are a lot of people missing when it comes to them joining them and where they need to be or where they should be? And usually that element is a spiritual element. You need God. Yes, and God tells us He needs us too, because we'll touch more in that. yeah. And then we're gonna now go into the practicality of our discussion to say, okay, how have we been doing things up till this point in a way that we are showing that we are parallel in mindset to this discussion in our daily deliverables. We're also going to go deeper and show how we can implement going into the future. And we're just going to close off the session after that. So there's a few outcomes that we expect from this engagement. Nothing hectic. This is a conversation after all. And let's take it from there, gents. Anyone want to add a point in the proposed agenda? Anything, Fitz.
Are you Christian?
Of course, man. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior.
Which God do you pray to?
I pray to Jesus Christ, the one only living God, Son of the living God. I pray to God, the Creator. However, the word instructs us that if you want something to materialize, or thank you, Holy Spirit. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one can come to the Father except through me. So Jesus is the door.
Okay.
According to me.
Yes.
And
true.
you know very well if you say you are a child of God, you love God, and you understand that God has no religion.
True.
Yeah. However, the only reason I do not criticize another religion is because I want you to see the love I give you and want Jesus. Yeah.
True. Jesus is our Savior. But Jesus has a father. You agree with me? Do you agree?
I think the term father is more figurative in the sense of they are one.
Okay, I beg to differ. Okay, can I share my opinion, Mr. Lang?
Please do.
I believe God Jehovah God is the name. Jehovah is the name. The Father of Jesus, who created heaven and earth. The first man was Adam and Eve, but the first man was Jesus, which is the Son of God. Ne? You agree?
Speak, my brother. I'm listening. I'm just nodding. It's processing.
Sure. So Jesus is the Son of God, who helped God create the earth, and the heavens. So yeah, that's just just to start it off. It's the beginning of the podcast. So yeah, I don't want to be long. Yeah.
No, thank you for that. Yeah. No, that's a valid opinion. I don't think there's anything I can do there. I can't take away or give anything. It's how you view life and how you view God. That's your relationship with God. So, yeah, moving forward. Let me introduce myself. Yeah, my name's Langa Daniel Gouws. So my full name is Langa Masana Daniel Gouws. Langa I was named after the founder of the African National Congress. He founded it in 1912. He was a visionary, and I say this in no affiliation to any political party. I was named after that man, and Masana also signifies a great part of my life. I am Tsonga somehow, as much as I am also Zulu and Kalati. All these things is there, so that's why I relate with Africa. I'm a product of everything good and bad of Africa, because without colonization I wouldn't be here. So we joke about it now, but there's people who died, and so it wasn't funny then, it's not funny now, but we joke about it. So we just to ease sensitivity and everything. I'm a humorous guy. I think that's also something. While I'm introducing myself, I love to laugh. I think we are serious most of the time to always be serious. So when it's time to be serious, we can be serious, and if there's a place for laughter, we can't move away from that. I'm a philanthropist. I'm a businessman who somehow also possesses traits of entrepreneurship. I am an author who has published The Fourth Dimensional Being. I am also a speaker who speaks to inspire change. To rend on the robot. You are a philanthropist in your own accord. However, I believe my approach of philanthropy is one where I believe in economic development as a strategic approach to philanthropy. Let me share more about that shortly after the break. So, as I was saying, philanthropy, in my approach or the way I tackle it, I think we look at the problems we have and we solve them. Currently, we have a problem of unemployment. And okay, let me rewind it. We look at the problems we have and we solve them without expecting any compensation for that. Yeah. So this is something you're doing from the goodness of your heart and your own pocket. You understand? Which impacts not you in a massive scale. So that's philanthropy in my perspective. Businessman, business is just about numbers. Obviously, we're ethical in everything we do. Yeah, I'm not using this platform as a way to promote my entities or anything at this point. Yeah, but I just believe also we should be doing businesses that are creating jobs, adding value to society, and moving human beings forward through innovation. And authorship, I think I developed a love for writing from a young age as a way to express my emotions. And speaking, we speak, like I said, to inspire change, to bring a revolution that is non-violent, however very aggressive. So we are not in the business of killing, stealing, or destroying. We are builders. We advance society. That is the revolution we are in. Yeah, I think we can move to some stats, interesting stats about money. I think we all like to talk about money.
Yeah.
And there's an article I came across earlier in the day. And let me give credit. It's by News 24 and titled South Africa's dollar billionaires all grew their personal fortunes in 2024. All 6 of South Africa's richest men increased their fortunes this year. Capitec founder Michel Leroux and businessman Christo Wiese increased their wealth by more than 50% in 2024. The Rupert and Oppenheimer families both added over 1 billion rand to their fortunes.
Crazy.
Bafetu, we are saying these numbers like, do you understand 1% of that wealth increase?
Yeah.
Just that increase, my one.
Langa man, can I ask, like, $1 vele dala siyazi, siyazi vele for iminyaka, but like, why is it that our richest men in SA baqala ukwenza imali like get dollar ne ngo 2024? Wow, what's so special about 2024 that like we're just starting to make money like $1 ngo 2024?
Oh yeah, like this 50%, if you look, Michel Leroux and Christo Wiese, 50%. I think to answer the question in detail, you'll have to give me a consulting assignment where I will have to research actually what kind of industries have they been in. Look at them from a perspective of what was their investment strategies. Look at it also to say, did any international or geopolitical or local politics have a play? You know, so I can't just answer that. But as an opinion, as a pro, I'll answer you. I think 2024 was the year where, yeah, you know, it was election year.
Yeah. Oh, for America, ne?
And South Africa.
Oh yeah. True.
So
it's been a long year.
So you understand. So politics has a lot to do with the money you make in South Africa.
Yeah.
I'm not implying or accusing anyone of anything. But I'm just saying, directly or indirectly, if the guy who's in charge of unlocking money into the economy decides to unlock more, it benefits you whether you like the guy or not. Especially if you have some sort of filters in the ecosystem of the economy that make sure the imali is safer as it comes through the value chain, as it comes as dust from the ground, you save something. As it comes on a truck going somewhere, you save something. As it goes into the factory, you save something. As after the factory, you save, you know. I mean, look at the guy who sells bleach or what, soap. That guy sells throughout the value chain, man. Anyone. I'm just saying, if you have a business that sells soap, you sell to the worker who's just mining this thing. Even there in the mine, they buy your products. When it goes, no, I'm talking about in the way they wash the dishes, stuff like that. That's funny wax.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out like how you're relating bleach and mining.
I'm just saying, in that way, in that value chain, at the mine, there's an operation, there's offices, there's head office of mines. They do nothing but just monitor the mines. They wear very fancy suits. You won't say those guys work in the mining industry, but those are officers that are in which chain? They're chain, man. They are in the primary sector. Well, you can't take that away. Those mines, those offices don't have a need. Are you getting it? They stock a particular brand of washing hands, uniforms, sanitizers.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Then you move up, where they take that mine, they process those outputs, they process it into a gold brick, and then maybe make a watch. The same thing applies. All the way, even the guys who are transporting, the whole way up till even in the retail. But I'm just giving you an example of how you can be a part of this ecosystem and filter at each point without doing too much aggressive shit like, sorry, mind the language, buying trucks and, you know, which is also good. And kind of building factories, beautiful, like across all the value chains, across all the industries. You're gonna just tire. Maybe take a product and splice it up many value chains as possible until an entrepreneurship part of you kicks in and says, okay, there is a need here and I need to manufacture this and I need to distribute this. And then you come up with some sort of creative way, an innovative way to do that, and then you establish a whole major part of an ecosystem, which is inside an economy. So you see, those are just two, that's a beautiful point of engagement. So I think, have I answered you, man?
Well, yeah, kinda. Not my question, like the question I asked, but then yeah, you were just, diverting or whatever. But then I back.
You want me to say that this guy got rich because he made donations to a particular politician's campaign? Is that what you want me to say?
My question was,
why did they get rich?
No. It's why in 2024 is the dollar, is African people getting rich, get dollar, in 2024. That's what you said. Like 2024 is the year where South Africans got rich the most, get dollar. 2024. So we want to say, all along we've known, $8 value. Why didn't we invest in $8 all along? But then you said 2024 is like, the year where value, like, where South Africans, both Rupert and all of them, would say we got rich in $8 for 2024. Why specifically 2024?
They've always been getting rich, boy.
But then 2024 was a stressed year. We're trying to know why.
It was a stressed year. No, it's just news articles.
You're stressing the year
news articles, you know how these guys write articles, man. I respect all the journalists out there, Mara, man. These people, they can exaggerate, boy. Because that's how they grab your attention. If this article just wrote, Motsepe got more richer in 2024.
Also, you're saying media played a pivotal role in 2024 in exposing how our South African, rich men capitalized on being rich, get dollar.
No, I think media does it every year.
Every year. But like specifically in 2024.
Maybe, sure this is
or maybe you were aware in
2024. Is published,
okay, Doc, you were aware in 2024 and all along you were not aware.
I was aware because I was monitoring. I was monitoring when I saw Uncle Rupert jump over Uncle Dangote. Yeah, I saw that move. So I could pick up that something is cooking. And it would make sense for all billionaires to get rich together because, it's only 6 of them. Yeah. They can just call a meeting and let's not fight each other because they know the biggest enemy that they can possibly have is it's one of them.
Okay, you know what I need from you, Wenando, is give me a record. Yoguti Odangote. He's been the richest guy in minerals, in oil specifically, because Nigeria is rich in oil. Get dollar. We specifically talk about
his
dollar.
His wealth comes from many investments.
Yeah. But specifically, we're talking about like the dollar in South Africa.
No, the dollar is used by the Forbes. Remember, this article is, let me see, completed William. Yeah, it's written by someone here, but the research they took it from Forbes.
I don't care about the Forbes. But
yeah,
we're
Forbes
talking
uses,
about South African.
Forbes doesn't use rand to measure your billions. Forbes will never say you're a billionaire, I'm a rand. To Forbes, rand is shillings, boy.
Cool, no.
Yeah, to Forbes does not value rand at all. They'll tell you about dollar.
Okay, no, we can continue.
Have I clarified you?
We can continue, my bro.
Thank you.
We need research, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, some stats. Rupert and family, 10.3 billion to 11.4 billion. That was over 1.1 billion.
Yeah, specify the year, maybe.
In 1 year, at the start of the year, at the end of the year now.
2024. From 2024 up until 2025.
Jan 2024 to 31
Cool.
December.
Straight.
1.1 billion. Wafethu. These people are still aggressively making money. That's what, close to 10% of what they were worth.
It's my man.
So if he's growing his wealth by 10% per annum, this is someone who's aggressively investing, a dog. With that kind of money, but the returns, at the higher money you invest, the lower percentage you expect as a return. Like, you are fine with 3% of $1 billion a year, my boy. You are fine. Okanjani Tsepo? Yeah, you don't. It's not a complicated choice to make that one. What is 3% of $1 billion? 10% of $1 billion is 30 million. 10% is. Wait, why am I using
Calculator, calculator.
1 billion, 10%.
3% of $1 billion.
Yeah,
What
30
is
billion.
3%? Pablo,
30
what is
million.
3% of $1 billion?
30 million, I said it.
Calculator, boy.
I said it.
10%.
That's a level.
3% of $1 billion. 30
10%
million.
to a million.
30 million.
100,000.
How do you calculate it?
10% to a million.
30 million.
To a million.
Bafethu,
You know how many
30 million.
millions,
Bafethu,
million,
we're moving ahead.
Yeah, sharp.
No, that's 10%.
Oh, 10%.
Yeah, 3% is 30 million. You see, Guti, you are fine. Are we fine?
30 million.
30 million. Everyone found the number 30 million.
Yeah,
Okay, sharp.
Malochira nge-billion dollar.
And then Nikki Oppenheimer and family from 8.3 billion to 9.5 billion. Bafethu, this is US dollars. Eh? It's not South African rand. Koos Baker, 2.4 billion to 2.8 billion US,
All in 2024.
2024.
Okay, sharp.
Petrus Motsepe, 2.4 billion to 2.7 billion. I also climbed.
Saga.
Let me not say controversial thing.
Skuluma.
Okay, I have a question for
We
Uncle
wanna hear.
Motsepe and me. Yeah. But I'll ask it after this list.
Sure.
Michel Leroux, 1.1 billion to 1.7 billion. Christo Visa, 1 billion to 1.6 billion. 1 billion to 1.6 billion. Okay, the question I have for Uncle Motsepe. I love that guy, Joe. That guy. I listen to him on YouTube. I watch his videos. Like, I watch his business strategies. I see when he does rain. I see ARC. I see his companies. I follow them. I know he has about more than 50 companies that are recognized. This guy, part of his portfolio is like Blue Bulls, the rugby team. Part of his portfolio is many organizations established.
Did he also invest in Springbok, Mapokoko?
That's a public thing. I don't think you can sponsor them, I think, but I don't think you can invest. It should
It's
be
a foundation. Next. Sundowns only. Next.
this guy.
Sundowns
That
in
is too
Al-Ahly.
controversial.
Oh, okay.
No, but I don't think you can. I don't think it's allowed to invest in a soccer team. You want return on investment
National.
from national soccer
National.
team or sports teams or? Yeah. So my question for Uncle Motsepe, like his net worth, went up like 2.4. That's 300 million US in 1 year. That's over 4. How many? Like 4 or 5 billion rand.
Due to his investments in.
Listen, my question is now going to why at that level of wealth, how come we're not seeing some other black guys trail behind him and give him his flowers?
Phela Mtsipankere Momzansi mfethu kuyena number 1. Like, I think he's the richest guy in Mzansi.
No.
He's not.
Yes.
Pablo.
But we just read the list, guys. We said who's the richest here.
Rupert.
Yes.
Oh, Rupert. No, okay.
No, me, I'm asking as as an African guy, you know,
Sure.
because Mtsipe is from that generation of the struggle. Man.
Sure.
He's not a 2K. He's not like us.
Twice.
He's not even a born free. Do you understand? Like, he's from that generation. Like, he was Viva la Revolution, Konto Kwaza, that kind of people. I mean, he's an ANC supporter. It was never a secret. You understand? I'm just like, I'm not even for money. I'm not saying why he's not giving black people or African people money. No, I'm not interested in that.
So what was the statement?
School. Like, dog, you don't get that kind of money by having money. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You don't make 300 million US dollars a year just because you have money. Do you understand what I mean? There's a thinking that goes behind it. Why is that thinking not dominating? Why is it not being inculcated in the young child, in the young African child, irregardless of their color? But mostly now, because of this conversation specifically, we have to include color. So whether we're not seeing an Indian, South African guy who's trailing behind Motsepe there. We're not seeing a colored South African guy who's trailing behind Motsepe there. We're not seeing a black South African guy trailing. We're not even... Okay, yeah, let's not even go too hard and too fast. Just that part alone. You know, I think I'm not saying this to bash. I'm saying this to say, while this person is alive, while people who are at a higher level are alive, take that mindset and water it down a bit and watch it grow. And because they have systems, they have teams, they have... Yeah, those guys are well established. Man, they can do this like Thanos, man. They can... And somehow, like back to that conversation we had in the beginning, Tony, they can bring it back to corporate social investment. Investment. They must somehow find a business model in making billionaires. Crazy. I know, but it's possible. If Motsepe today approached me as Langa Gouws and made me a billionaire, and we signed a contract somewhere now today, before I'm a billionaire, to say when you become a billionaire, doesn't matter with the money came through my connect or ganjani, whatever I'm gonna tell you today, and after today you become a billionaire. Even 10% is mine. I won't complain. It sounds foolish, it sounds young, it sounds immature, but it's the truth, my man. What you say?
What you
Pablo,
say?
you think if Uncle Motsepe made you a billionaire today, by things he told you, not even money he gave you, just told you, go knock on that door, enough. And maybe he gives you his name as a calling card. He says, say you know. And then you make $1 billion 3 years later. And he comes, he says, hey, you know, I think you need to sell some of your stock. I want my money. Will you have a problem giving him 100 million? Thank you. It's not a lucrative business, man.
It is, because it has returns. Yes.
It is an investment. Sorry, Chad.
It's a mechanical situation.
Back to the agenda. So we've covered that point number 2. Yeah. Focus areas for youth, entrepreneurs, and leaders in Africa. And we're going to touch on education and skills development, innovation and entrepreneurship, economic empowerment and job creation, social impact and community development. I think let's start by education and skills development. And first also define what education is.
So you want to define what education is?
According to you, when you see an educated person, what is it? Does my degree mean I'm educated to you?
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
You are educated in your respect successful, area of, degree or whatever, educated
Sure.
area, Oguyo.
Okay.
Yeah, but in the economy and state of time that we are in manje, are you educated in digital marketing, AI, into
And shit like AI, to say you have a degree in AI, like AI it's going to change. Next year, the AI that we're going to be having is going to be different from the one that we have today. So what if you don't prompt it the same? What if it doesn't respond? What if it's... Do you get what I'm saying? There's new things are going to keep coming, and it's going to be hard to be a subject matter expert in all of them with a degree.